Libra, get ready for a Hail Mary of a week. We're going to go into the astrology as well as your weekly tarot card reading. Welcome. If this is the first time that you're hitting on one of my videos, God bless you for giving me a chance. This is Born Without Boundaries Tarot and Libra. This reading is for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. I do all 12 zodiac sign messages every single week, so check out your Sun, Moon, and your Rising sign message because they may resonate more with you. I'll also go over the astrology forecast for Libra for this week, and I'll kind of sprinkle it throughout the reading. Anything that comes out in the center toward me is what's happening now, current situation. Over here is the past, and of course it's going to be reflected directly upon what's going on now, and then we'll get into the future. And of course I offer the extended reading that I hope you guys will join me for. The links are down below in the description box. I'll attach it toward the end of this video so you can click right on it and go right there. I'll also pin it to the top of the comment section. You can find it anywhere, and I hope to find you there. Also, in case you didn't know, I have a second YouTube channel called Astrology Motivation, where I do daily tarot card readings and astrology predictions, as well as weekly astrology forecasts that I welcome you guys to join me for. I'll attach the link somewhere around, or you could just search Astrology Motivation and you'll find me there. Let's get into the reading. And I mean it when I say this is a tremendous week for you, primarily because Venus, your ruling dignitary, now in Capricorn, first, by the end of this week, will transit out of Capricorn into Aquarius. And anytime there is a transit, you're going to feel a big motivational, energetic change. But there's a few more things that Venus will be encountering before it goes into Aquarius. And those are the conjunctions between Mercury and Pluto, and at one point between Mercury and Pluto. So this is when Venus sort of Venus's energy gets combined with the energies of two other planets. Now, Pluto impacts Venus tremendously powerful, and that's more toward the end of this week. By Saturday, Venus will be in perfect conjunction with Pluto, which will give you just a powerful magnetic, think of magnetic, sensual energy that will radiate from you. It'll basically make you irresistible. But because it is Pluto, there is also a ruthless element to it and a manipulative undertone to it. And so you'll want to be particularly careful about getting into those energies, because once that conjunction is over, you will have to deal with the fallout from that. So the way to navigate Venus-Pluto is feel your power, accept it, own it, but make sure that you're staying focused and keeping everything on the up and up. This will especially impact your relationships because Pluto has that primal, sensual, root chakra energy to it. And Venus, of course, is all about romance, and not necessarily romance, but yeah, partnership and the value systems. You will be highly sought after and highly valued and highly magnetic. And so definitely use that to your advantage, and you will be able to. And with the conjunction to Mercury as well, you will be extremely convincing this week. So I would say not just in romantic applications, but in terms of all applications for your life, go out there, put yourself out there, present yourself to people. You will get what you want. These can cause, this could be a great time to meet people. The one thing to watch out for is obsessiveness on your part, or people being obsessively attracted to you. There's always like that shadow side to things, right? But in general, you are very charismatic and very noticeable at this time. And you will feel very sensual, and there will be an upkick to your sexuality. So if you're in a partnership, this could be a very romantic and experimental time for the two of you. And I say go for it. The other conjunction then, of course, is, especially in the beginning of the week, the conjunction with Mercury. And it's a looser conjunction because Mercury will start to go into retrograde on Thursday. but Venus will still feel the pull of being able to explain things. You'll be able to be heard. You'll be able to articulate yourself well. When Mercury is pulled into retrograde, there could be a little bit more insight that you will then have in, like, retrospectively into things that you've thought or things that you've wanted to say. So this is a very powerful week for you. There are some other aspects that are exacerbating your energy. Venus is sextile to Neptune in the beginning of the week. It is also going to be, it says, a square to Mars for a second, which can be very contentious, but also highly sexual. You'll be very creative and very, this is going to be just kind of like, not just ooey gooey and emotional, but kind of really sensual. This is a really sensual time for you. There's 2 cards in front of me. I want to get into that. I will continue to sprinkle the reading with the astrology, but check this out. 3 of Wands and Wheel of Fortune. So you have invested in something that is about to be paid in full. Now, what that thing is, you probably already know, and I would love for you to share it with me in the comments below, but I think even better, we can get into it in the cards. I will draw more cards to see exactly what it's talking about. It could be talking about different things in different parts of your life, and that's what we get into in the extended. But for now, all you should know is something that you have heavily invested in and you took a shot in, but you didn't just take a shot in the dark. You had faith in it. You were virtuous. You stuck with it. That's about to come back in. Your ships are coming back in because you're coming full circle. And you're going to be certain about something that maybe you were not certain about in the past. But like that magnetism is just drawing that energy back to you. It's just pulling it back to you. And of course, this is fortune. What does this really mean? The Wheel of Fortune is there has been a karmic cycle that has been fulfilled. It's been completed. So it's almost like relief in a way, Libra, like that relief you feel after you've graduated. You know, that sense of it took a while. You had to stay firm. You had to keep moving forward. But at the same time, now that it's over, you're like, wow, I've really achieved something. I've accomplished something. And because Venus is in Capricorn, that's really what will be rewarded now is hard work, effort, energy, tenacity, playing by the rules, doing the right thing, sticking to something. All of those things are about to be rewarded. But because of that activity with Pluto, there is just a heavy relationship push that is happening. So if you have been really working on your relationship and you put a lot of energy in, I think something becomes certain now that may not have been in the past. Okay, we've just begun. Let's get a moon card because I always like to pull a moon card. Later in the week, I believe it's on Saturday, Venus will square, the Venus-Pluto conjunction will square the moon. That will be an extremely tense, intense energy. And your emotions or your feelings will clash with somebody else's emotions. And I think as long as you use this as an opportunity to get to the heart of things, it will be good. But that will be a very kind of a set it off period. And if there's any explosion, it will be on Saturday. That's right before the new year. The energy is gaining momentum. This is the new moon. And I swear to God, when I looked up in the sky, this is exactly how the new moon in Capricorn looks like right now. So something is already building. What is it that you feel that is building? Remember, this is your reading. It comes to you at exactly the right time when you're ready to hear it, and you put it toward what resonates with you. This may be resonating with your job. You know, your whole heart right now may be set on your work. That's what you apply it to. Absolutely. What it's saying is this energy is gaining momentum. You're almost pushing the energy along. You have created this energy. The Wheel of Fortune implies that you have been behind the mechanisms and you have been pushing this energy forward. And this is major arcana, so this is sort of fate. Something is fated here. The energy is gaining momentum and you can feel it coming. Okay, let's see what's coming. Let's see what's coming. This is for Libra, please. First of all, you have the Strength card. There's some defensiveness and maybe even some fighting off somebody's passion or fighting off a desire. that you have had for a while. This is Prince of Wands. You let me know if you are dealing with, and so many times, Libra, you will do this to yourself. You will do this to yourself. If you are dealing with a fire sign, especially in Aries, Libras tend to be very attracted to Aries, whatever, because opposites attract, bottom line. But this is a sense of I don't know, it's like maybe you've been defensive about it. It's almost like you've been feeling it coming inside of you. You've been trying to resist. You've been trying to fight the passion. You've been trying to fight the intensity. You've been trying to fight the desire. And maybe you've even been pensive about just taking the plunge and moving forward and going in the direction. But God Almighty, is it powerful? Is it strong? And is it overwhelming right now? There could be somebody coming toward you that you don't trust, right? That you've kind of like, is this going to work? Is this right for me? You know, but at the same time, it's like their passion is attracting you. It's interesting you. It's captivating you. You can't help it right now. I can help you right now. I can help tell you that this is a wonderful opportunity that is being handed to you. An ace pops out when you've worked hard and you've gone through all the other levels. And there's a sense of, yes, something is coming through, a golden opportunity, if you will. This suggests financial. I'll take it. Amen. But it doesn't have to be. It's just a beautiful prosperity and abundance finally comes through if you act on and if you go for it. So it is going to take action on your part. We have more insight as well. Hold on. We have the Hermit, which does imply work. It also means maybe you've taken some alone time or space, or it could mean literally that you are dealing with a Virgo. And then we have 10 of Pentacles. So if you are dealing with a Virgo, I would think that this is marriage. But this is a sense of you've worked on something. You've been building something. Maybe you've been investing something, or you've been like maybe you've taken a new job. This could even be putting a down payment on and starting to pay regularly on a new house. And it's beautiful. It actually turns out to be a wonderful place. Yeah, I would definitely say go for it. If you were having some struggles or some conflicts, I can tell you right now, things are going to work out beautifully for you. It's almost like people will want to give you everything that you ask for. Once again, I'll take it. Let's get a little bit into who are you dealing with? Who is Libra dealing with? 10 of Wands, somebody that works very hard and has taken a lot of personal responsibilities on, but also this sense of somebody that is also getting reward. Somebody is getting rewarded for their hard work. So there's some good news coming in about you, or about somebody that you're in connection with, or about an action that you've wanted to take, because this is it's constantly reiterating. You've taken on a lot of these burdens. You've taken on the extra weight, and now you're going to be recognized for it. You're going to be acknowledged, and you're going to get what you want. This has to do with your passion and pursuing your passion, and maybe overwhelming yourself. But at the same time, it's like overwhelming yourself feels good when something comes on the other side of it, right? When you're finally rewarded for all the risks that you've taken and efforts that you've made. And that's what this is actually confirming. But I did ask the cards, who are you dealing with? So if it is a specific person, this is somebody that is hardworking, and then they've done a lot. They've done a lot of work for themselves, or they're taking a lot of burden maybe on their back, actually doing some heavy lifting. And you're going to be very happy with where you end up, especially if you are moving or creating a family space with somebody. Shut up. Stop. You have showed up in your reading, which it means it's all about you, and that basically you are the center of this energy right now. I would say, yay, congratulations is is appropriate for this reading, because you are taking home a reward for all of your efforts. And I feel like it felt tremendously burdensome for a while, but there is some sort of reward that you're taking home for your efforts. This is balancing out the scale, or a legal decision, actual legal decision that could have been made, that will be made in your favor to balance out the scales for you. Or you're making something official, you're signing paperwork, and I don't think it's a great time during a Mercury retrograde to sign contracts, but something is going to be, a judgment is going to be made in your favor that evens things out for you, or you're the one. Now, I'm gonna stick to that, because this is the Judgment card. You've got a lot of major arcana here. What does that mean? That means that there's a lot of fate involved in this moment in your life, that you have been led to this moment, and you've been led gently so that you make the right choice. It's almost like you've been led there gently but firmly, so that you want the opportunity, you want it. It's almost like in some ways you're not going to want anything else, because the universe has blocked everything else for you. So it's like they're giving you a choice, but it's like one choice, right? They're pushing you to the door that you need to go through. This is a very fated time, and it has to do with, I think, building and cultivating a home, a house, a career, or something you intend to stand firm on for the future. I don't know what that is, but I can tell you it's looking real freaking beautiful. Tell me exactly, God. Maybe let's get more details. Let's get more details. Let's get more details. Three of Wands is in reverse here with this deck in the future. So this is a sense of not liking what you do, or not liking what you've studied, or being discontent. What does that mean? Hold on. Oh, I understand. So 8 of Cups is here, walking away from a situation. So walking away from a situation that you have been disappointed in, or you're disappointed that maybe somebody didn't feel the same way as you did. The Emperor is here, so you are dealing with an Aries. This is a very powerful energy of somebody who puts themselves first. Not necessarily selfish, but somebody who just knows who they are and has a lot of drive and ambition. 10 of Swords meant it caused you a great deal of suffering and pain. But 7 of Cups is here, and it says, it's in reverse, so it says you've made a decision and you're clear on something now. And I think it's clear that what you don't want in the future. I'm not here to tell you what you don't want in the future. I'm here to tell you there's going to be clarity of what you don't want in the future. And so you will make the choice that is good for not only you right now, but for your future self. And it's almost like getting right with yourself and getting honest with yourself, and realizing I don't want to be happy moving into the future. And maybe you've been fighting yourself or struggling a great deal. There's a sense of, especially if something ends with somebody, there's a sense of maybe you know that you don't want to, or maybe you're ready to right now. You're ready to say peace out. I think the energy can be applied either way. And I think you know it, but you've fought yourself and you've been struggling, trying to keep things, either you've been trying to make things work when in reality your heart's not really into it. You don't really want this, or you don't really want to go in the direction you feel like you're being pushed, when in reality the universe is pushing you in the direction that you do want, but you're fighting it because you're stuck in either commitments, obligations, or you're afraid to make the change. Or this is saying, so this would be the time when you kind of liberate yourself from those restraints and say, no, I'm doing it my way. Or you're finally like, listen, I've worked really hard on this and I've struggled with this, but now I know for a fact that this is what I love, this is what I want. And if I walked away from this now, I would be miserable for the rest of my life. And that's something that becomes extremely clear to you. So I think the value here is clarity, is certainty about the decision that you need to make moving forward. Seven of Cups means you're gonna be very happy maybe that you ended things or cut things off, because in reality, in the future, because this is heading off into the future, you would have been miserable. You would have either miserable or disappointed. I don't know if we can get a little bit more specific. This is really interesting. You definitely know 8 of Cups is about walking away, like not wanting to work on things anymore. Because it's almost like you've just been, the disappointment has gotten to you, but I think it's because you've been letting something build up for so long. The 5 of Cups is an energy of crying over spilled milk. You can't do anything about the past. So it's almost like letting go and giving up because of the past. Something to do with the Emperor. And the 10 of Swords, which is just ending things. But I think you're starting to realize now, if I ended things, I would be really, really miserable. You know, and it's almost like it maybe feels good right now, or maybe feels good to think about it, but that's only in fantasy. But let's get into, because we have 2 more cards right here. Oh, I'm going to go into the extended. Yes, come along with me. The link is above. You've seen it in the little card. It's also down below. I'll see you there.